Holker Old Boys started their North West Counties campaign with a 4-3 home win over AFC Knowsley on Saturday. Yet they started, they were 1-0 down after 4 minutes. Things didn't look promising then. You would have got a bit of a shock by that opening goal, Dave.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shot, bit of run against play. We started the game pretty bright, and fortunately, the young goalkeeper got a bit of a bit of blood rush to the head and came out and for a ball that it wasn't really his, and unfortunately, the lad tucked it away really well.
Yeah, but you came back well and were 2-1 up by half time.
Yeah, we came back after obviously heads down for a couple of minutes because we started pretty bright then. We got it back to 2-1. Young Ryan Fagan, his first game in North West Counties. He was on the bench to start, but unfortunately Josh Woodend had a bit of a fitness test before the game, the captain, and unfortunately it didn't go well. So we brought Ryan, and he come on and made a fantastic debut. I think he scored and got a couple of assists as well. So yeah, it was very pleasing.
Yeah, that man Brandon Collins you've been talking about, he got your equaliser 20 minutes in.
Yeah, like I say, he's been in fine form, Brandon. It's not just his balls he brings, it's his all-round play, his hold up, his work rate. He links up with the lads really well. So hopefully, that can continue for us.
Yeah, and you got ahead just before half-time. Perfect time to score. Tyler Spence.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Team goal started from the keeper on the break. Got the ball out wide to Ryu. Did a great free ball to Tyler. Took one touch and lobbed the goalkeeper. Like you say, it was an absolutely outstanding goal.
Yeah, good. But then again, 4 minutes into the second half, they're back on terms.
Yeah, it was like you said, they're a really good team. It's like they said, Liverpool team could play football, were horrible, winning the referee over. So yeah, it was a really tough game. Especially with four lads missing. But no, especially for the neutral, it'd been a very good game to watch.
And the man you've been talking about, Ryan Fagan, he got you back in front 10 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, and it was another good goal. He's got that explosive pace, and he's got a bit of everything. Ryan, he's only played a couple of games in about 4 months, and he was one of the standout performers yesterday for us.
Is he still just a young lad?
Yeah, he's still a young lad. It says he's in the army. He's coming out so we're losing for 2 or 3 games now. He's coming out of the army in a couple of weeks, and he's another one who started in the shipyard. So it'd be nice to get him back and have him involved all season.
Absolutely. But then again, they came back, Dave, and they equalised 79 minutes. You must have thought, crikey, we
One of them, they got it back to 3-3. I actually thought that they were probably going to pinch the winner.
Yeah, but that man you were talking about, you said he comes on, he scores a few goals for you. He's played at a high level, of course. Patrick Allington got the winner in time added on.
Yeah, and as soon as we got the corner, I think me and a couple of the lads we actually called Patty Allen to score. He's just timing the ball in the box. He's just brilliant. You see most of these lads running the box, but they make that run and they make it too early. He just seems to time everything right, and he's always in. He attacks everything aggressively, and he always seems to get on the end of him.
Yeah, and that was in the 3rd minute of time added on. Was there much more after that? Or were just about over?
I think there was 7 or 8 minutes
Right.
of injury time. So there was 4 minutes of nail biting stuff. So, but we managed to see it out, and full credit to the lads. We stuck together. Like I said, with 4 big players missing for us, and what happened to Josh in the warm up. Sometimes it can go against you, but we managed to take the 3 points in a really good game.
Yeah, and you follow up quickly, as we've been talking about, with this midweek trip on Tuesday to Staten. What are you going to be looking like as far as the team's concerned?
Well, we don't have Ryan, unfortunately. He's back back in the army for for another week or 2. So we lose him. Obviously, Josh Woodend's still injured. We have Big Mitchy back, and unfortunately, Patty Allington is not available as well. So it's not great at the minute. It's a bare 11, but we'll have to take a couple of lads off the reserves. I think they have a big game as well in the West Lanc. So it's a hard one for us because a lot of the times, especially Steaton away, they don't really want to travel, especially if they've got a home game, a derby game as well. So a lot of them will want to play in that. So, but unfortunately, the first team comes first, and if we need players, we've got to take them.
I see Steaton lost 5-0 as well yesterday, so they'll be keen with the home game to put that right as well, won't they?
Yeah, well, I've seen that result yesterday. It's Steaton. They're very good at home, Steaton. They're a very good home side. So we know it's got to be a tough game. Obviously, they'll want to come back from that 5-0 defeat as well. But we're ready for the challenge. We know it's a tough trip away, and hopefully we can get some points on the road.
I noticed your crowd yesterday, Dave, 101. Is that a decent crowd for you, or is it a little bit disappointing? Or what's your
No, it's pretty decent. We average round 100.
Right,
I think over the last few years it has picked up, and obviously Barrow were away at Morecambe, so a lot of fans would have travelled to watch that. So we do normally get a little bit more if Barrow away, or it's a long trek for most of them fans. So we do get a lot coming up to watch Holker as well. So hopefully that can continue for us.
Yeah, indeed. Right, all the very best for Tuesday, Dave, and thanks very much.
Yeah, cheers, John. Thank you.